Hey y'all, it's Chris with Rockin Farm, and today we're going to talk about one of our little projects we've got going on right here. We bought this incubator, and this is the Sportsman 1502, the GQF Sportsman 1502. Really fancy incubator, does pretty much everything for you, and it was a big investment for our farm. You may have saw a video earlier this week where we were talking about the new breeding stock, where we're planning on trying to come up with a couple of different income sources from these breeding chickens. And that was the reason we made the investment in the Sportsman 1502 here, was to hatch out the eggs from those chicks. But we decided to go ahead and give it a trial run. So when we were at auction about 2 weeks ago, we picked up a bunch of hatching eggs. So what I've got going on in here right now is 5 dozen of the Diamond Jubilee Orpington hatching eggs, and we are officially on day 14 today. So because we're on day 14, we're going to do something kind of cool. We're going to candle all of these eggs, and we're going to narrow these 60 eggs down to the ones that just actually have some growth going on in them. Just in case somebody doesn't know, when it comes to hatching eggs, there's no guarantee that your rooster necessarily did the deed with the hen that happened to lay the egg. So not all of your hatching eggs are going to be fertile eggs. So we're probably going to have several eggs in here that are going to show no signs of life in them whatsoever, and we want to get all of those kind of narrowed out so that on closer to day 19 we can move all these eggs down to the hatching tray and then wait for that magic day where we get chicks. If I have to guess right now, and this will be kind of part of the fun game, out of the 60 eggs, I'm thinking we're probably going to narrow this down to about 30 right now. And then out of the 30, we'll see what hatches. When you're dealing with hatching eggs, and especially when they're not your own hatching eggs, if you have your own hatching eggs, you know that you selected specific eggs for specific characteristics. You know how you handled them, and you can get some fairly decent hatch rates. When you're getting hatching eggs from other people, it's always kind of a crapshoot. And if you can get a 50% hatch rate, that's pretty darn impressive. So we're kind of shooting for that 30 to 40% hatch rate. It's what we're hoping for. But let's see how many of these eggs actually look like they have something in them. So I'll talk a little bit about the 1502. We'll also talk a little bit about what candling is and what candling means. My wife is helping off camera. My daughter will probably be helping me a little bit on camera. We'll get these 60 eggs candled and talk about the process as we go. We had to put the 1502 here, the GQF 1502, in our bedroom because it does need to be in an environment that's climate controlled, and we just don't have a whole lot of space in the house. So one thing about this 1502 is that when it does its automatic turning of the trays, it beeps at you for 25 seconds or so. And it was a little annoying at first, but we've actually gotten to where for the most part we sleep through it. And come Wednesday or Thursday, we'll be turning off the egg turning anyhow. The 1502 is completely climate controlled. You can see right there, I don't know if you can see the digital numbers, but you know, it says that it is currently at 55% humidity. It's 100 degrees in there. So that's going to keep track of that, and alarms will go off if your temperature drops or raises too much. We're going to pop our latches here. We're going to open this up. We're going to get the eggs out, and then we're going to work relatively quickly so we can get them right back in. So we'll set a tray here, and that will be for bad eggs, I guess. And then we can set a tray here for good eggs after they've been candled. And we will pull out a tray of eggs. And then we will close this back up, and we will pull out the second tray of eggs once we get the first one done. All right, so Victoria, you want to give me a hand? And we'll have Mom kind of help us out too. All right, so when candling eggs, you're gonna set it on their fat side down, and can you get it closer to the camera? All right, so as you guys can see, there's a little bit of light coming out of the bottom here, and that's the air sac. And all of this black around the outside, that's your baby bird that's filling that egg. So we know that this is a good egg. Every once in a while, if you get lucky, you can actually see the bird move inside of there. So what you can see here is you can see an egg that basically doesn't have any darkness in it at all. Bacteria could have gotten in it. It could have just never been fertilized. I don't see any really big spots. The yolk will have floated to the top because since this has been in a 100-degree environment for the last 14 days, this is a very stinky egg now if we were to crack it open. Not necessarily stinky like rotten, but that yolk will be, it won't have any conformity. It will have fallen apart. So again, that is an egg that either was not fertile or did not develop.
Look, you can see the...
And you might be able to see it moving. See the veins? And
It's moved.
Yeah, can you see it moving?
It moved. It's moving, Mom.
Over here, its face.
Turn it to Mom. Oh, yeah. Oh, that one's gonna
So
be...
there's a live little baby bird in there.
Okay.
Oh, that one has some veins
I see
on
the...
it.
I see that there's a line.
Okay, so see all the veins and stuff like that that started developing, but it's
didn't
not.
really-
Yeah, it's not a bird.
It didn't finish.
All right, y'all. So we just got done candling all these eggs. I'm gonna put them back in the incubator here. They're gonna be in this incubator until probably Thursday, I would say. And at that point, so these will be in this incubator on these trays, still getting the turn every hour until probably Thursday when we'll drop them down to the bottom tray, and then we'll go on lockdown and just wait those few days. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of water to my moisture tray here, and then we'll close this back up. But we're gonna take a look and see where we're at as far as things that looked like they had a chick in them and things that, eggs that obviously did not.
I counted. We have 20 eggs that didn't make it, and we have
2 I already got rid of, so is it
yeah,
20?
so the 18.
Oh, there's 18 there?
18, and then 20, and then the 2 that we get rid of. So there should be 40 in there.
Should be 40.
And there's a few iffy ones, but only like 3 or 4. So
Yeah.
we might get that 50%.
All right, y'all. So I don't know if you can hear my wife talking right now, but where the numbers are at is that we had 20 eggs that very clearly either were not fertilized, or you could see that some embryonic development had started, but that they just didn't take. And then so that leaves 40 eggs in here that looked like they had birds in them, and there were quite a few that we could actually see the birds moving inside the eggshell, which is very, very cool. So right now we're sitting at 66%. 33% of the eggs are gonna go away, and then we've got them back in the incubator where they're gonna sit for 3 more days, and then they'll be dropping down into that bottom tray, and we'll be seeing how many chicks we get out of the 40 eggs that are remaining. So we've been really, really happy with the Sportsman 1502. I mean, obviously it's the Cadillac of incubators. It is a major investment. We get that. We decided that we were investing in our future by investing in this piece of machinery, because I can take my barnyard mix eggs that are out there and I can incubate those and then throw mixed breed chickens back out into my barnyard. You know, there's nothing that says that a chicken has to be a pure breed. I can take my individual pure breeds that I'm running in chicken tractors and I can do, you know, cream leg bar chickens because I know I have cream leg bar hens and cream leg bar roosters, or Rhode Island Reds, or whatever it is that we decide to do, which right now we're really leaning towards being like the Orpington people. We love the breed and there's so many beautiful color patterns. So I think we're gonna eventually get to a place where we're breeding some that are APA approved for shows. So the blacks, the whites, but then we'll start getting into like lavenders, chocolates, blues, and then also some of the very fancy color patterns like the Diamond Jubilees and the Silver Lace. We could breed nothing but Orpingtons on this farm and have 25 different breeds of chickens. There's just so many color variations within the Orpington breed. So very excited to see the incubator working. This was totally just a test run. You know, we got our hands on some hatching eggs. I don't know, I wouldn't necessarily say we paid up for them. I mean, we were somewhere in the maybe, let's see.
$50.25 an egg.
Yeah, I would say we were right around that, like $15 for a dozen hatching eggs average. And again, these are Diamond Jubilees, so they're a fancier chicken, so you have to pay up for these eggs just a little bit. We got the 5 dozen. We're coming out of it with 3.5 dozen that are still viable, and we'll just see where we're at on the chicks. Very excited, really liking the Sportsman 1502. Even with it in a bedroom, you get used to the beeping. There is a bypass for that beeping that I'm not sure I'm comfortable talking about on this video, but you can go look up online how to bypass that beeping. The only problem with that is if you bypass the beeping, you're also going to bypass any alarms that this thing would try to give you. So my wife and I decided to just see what we would do with having this in our bedroom. Within 3 or 4 nights, we got to where it was only waking us up a couple of times, and now we've gotten to where it really doesn't wake us up a whole lot, or it doesn't. If it does wake us up, it wakes us up to that level that we can go right back to sleep. So we have gotten used to having the beeping in our bedroom, and we definitely like the fact that we have visibility of it all the time. We always know exactly where the humidity's at because we walk past it every time we go to our closet. So welcome to the Rockin Farm bedroom / hatchery, where all the magic happens, if you know what I mean. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions, drop them down in the comments section. As always, hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell, and don't forget to go check out the website, rockin8farm.com. Until we see y'all again, be happy and live healthy.